Hi folks, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, that's what I do. Get dressed up video game characters and do some hiking and camping and adventuring. It's pretty chilly out here. As you can see, we're in the opening act of Red Dead Redemption 2. Got my warm cup of coffee. Not sure how long it's gonna be warm, but I'm gonna drink it while it is. So today I'm gonna go over my Red Dead Redemption kit, show you guys what's in it, show you how I camp, hike, all of that in Red Dead Redemption Larping style. All right, I'm gonna try to do this without spilling my coffee. I spilled some coffee. All right, so I'm gonna show you the outfit first, right? That's kind of the big thing on the Red Dead kit is most of it is the outfit, to be honest. If you play the game, you know Arthur doesn't really carry a whole lot. I mean, he's got a lot in his inventory, but on his actual person that you can see, it's really not a whole lot. Oh, I got burrs all over me. Ah! Okay, so I got some, they're just polyester pants. They got these buttons on them. For historical accuracy, belt loops hadn't been invented, I think, until like 1930, 1940 maybe. And neither had zippers. So you're gonna have buttons instead of belt loops, which attach to suspenders, since that's how you keep your pants up for the most part. And you're also gonna have a button fly rather than a zipper fly. I can't really show you because I got the coat on, but there's also a little cinch in the back here that you would pull on, and it just tightens like a belt. But it's just on the back side. It's another thing that cowboys would use to keep their pants nice and tight. These are actually, I think, supposed to be more pirate. I got them from some kind of medieval Ren Fair pirate website. But they still match. They still are historically accurate for the most part, other than being polyester. They're painted a little bit just to make them look dirty and dingy. With time, as I go on more hikes, they will get dirty and dingy, and they'll look even better. The coat, this is a thrift store find. It's an all leather coat, got for like 25 bucks. There's really nothing much to say about it. It's just some one man's trash, another man's treasure, I guess, you know? The belt, this is actually, again, another one man's trash is another man's treasure type situation. A thrift find, it's a powerlifting belt. I do lift, I deadlift, squat a little bit, but so I bought the belt thinking I would use it, and I just kept forgetting to take it to the gym. And when I was putting together a little more of my Red Dead kit stuff, I saw it and I just couldn't help myself, so I turned it into a gun belt. Along with it, I've got this. It's just an ammo carrier thing. It's not actually part of the belt. It attaches with some snaps. I found this at a Wild West store in Arizona. The holster is custom made. Made this holster myself. It's I believe they call it a Slim Jim style holster, where it's just one straight piece that attaches to a loop to the belt. Again, custom made. I tooled it all. I dyed it, cut it, all of that on my own. I'm gonna keep this brief, but I gotta do my plug. If you like leather goods, go into the description and click on my Etsy. I sell lots of leather goods on there, and I even sell some of these hats. And yeah, check it out. Any money I make goes right back into the channel for putting into more gear and more hikes. Thanks. All right, quick plug all over. Talked about the holster, but no holster is complete without the gun. It's not real. It's just a rubber gun. It's got a metal rod in the inside to keep it a little bit sturdy. Pretty ornate, pretty intricate. It's got a lot of design to it. Obviously has an orange tip. Nice wooden colored handle. If you know your guns, you probably know it was fake just looking at it even on my hip. But I think it looks pretty nice, and for the most part, fits my needs pretty well. Got my big old trusty knife here. It's just an Amazon brand knife I bought a while ago, but it looks good. Fits the theme pretty well. It does have some marking on this side, breaking the immersion a little bit, but I try to just keep that out of the shot as best as possible. It looks like a good hunting, deer skinning knife, you know? I have another holster as well that I made that's modeled after a Mexican loop holster. I can't find it right now though. I don't know where it is. I'll look for it more. Alright, so the hat. I made this myself. Now, I made this but I didn't design it. So this is a templated, the design is created from a guy on YouTube and Etsy. His name is DieselPunkRO. I'm gonna put that in the description as well if you want to check it out. He only sells the template, to my knowledge. So if you want one, you have to buy his template and create it yourself. Your other option is to buy from somebody who's already created the template and selling it on their own Etsy. The creator of the template does allow for that, and I have a couple on mine if you're interested. It has, I put a wool sweatband inside of it. I just glued it. It's really very ugly, but I just didn't need anything that pretty, so. It's nice, keeps my head warm. It's got a really wide brim. It's like an extra large, I think, I'm pretty sure. But it's a little heavy, a little weighty, I guess, but I don't mind it. It's nice. Next thing is my satchel. This is also custom made by me. It's kind of upside down. Normally the straps would be going down and the buckles would be going up, but this was early on in my leather crafting career, so it's a little weird looking, but I think it fits. I don't think you would really notice it too much. So I actually, I kind of do what they do in the game when it comes to what I keep in this. I keep a lot of my snacks and my food in here. Really easy to eat food. A couple extra things I keep. I might keep some silverware. This is some cast iron medieval type silverware. I use it for some of the Red Dead videos. Keep my light, my med kit in here sometimes. My emergency GPS, keep that in there usually. Like to have that real close so I can get a hold of it if I need to quickly. I also typically keep my phone in here as well. Just makes it kind of easy. All right, so we'll get a little close. Show you what's underneath the coat a little bit. Underneath, I got a wool vest on. Just a herringbone patterned wool vest. Just found it on the marketplace, real cheap. I got my bandana. This is an Etsy find. It's just a cotton bandana. I just really like the design and the color. It adds a nice pop to everything else going on. I'm gonna turn it around so you can see better now. Underneath, I've got this shirt. I'm not really sure what you would call the collar on this shirt. Some people call it an Irish collar, straight collar. I don't really know, but I bought it from the Wild West Mercantile store in Arizona in Phoenix. I bought it right before I went on my last trip into the Superstition Mountains. It's historically accurate because it only goes down to here on the buttons. It's a pullover shirt. They hadn't invented full openable shirts by then, at least when Red Dead Redemption 2 takes place. I got my yellow leather gloves on. Pretty rough. I wear these pretty often on a regular basis, so they look pretty worn in and pretty nice for the aesthetic. Just a pair of Durango boots. I think these are kind of more biker boots, but I really liked the belts and the buckles going around. I thought they just look cool. Even though Red Dead is typically really historically accurate, I also think it's kind of fun to have a couple things that maybe aren't super accurate, but just look cool. Hollywood's already kind of ruined the whole Wild West scene anyway. All right, let's move over here and look at the gear. All right, the thing on this Red Dead kit, it could be real simple, it could be real intricate. Kind of depends on what I'm going for. If I'm doing more of camping, as in staying in one place with an established site, sort of like if you picture Arthur's campsite up on the bluff with where Dutch and everyone is, I could bring cast iron skillets. I could bring a cowboy camping pot. I have a tent. I have a canvas tent. I didn't feel like bringing all of that out here, but suffice it to say, it's pretty flexible with what I could do with the Red Dead stuff. This here is a little bit more of hiking backpacking sort of kit probably. That's a little more limited. Obviously, I'm carrying my own stuff. I don't have a horse yet. I would love to get a horse, but I live in Omaha, and it's not super easy for me to just have a horse and own a horse. Maybe one day, who knows? I would love to have one, but I don't really see it in my future anytime too soon. And to be fair, if I want to get super historically accurate, most people did not have horses. A lot of people that rode horses were cowboys, and they rode the rancher, the person who owned the property's horse. They rented it out from them or loaned from them. Um, the average person didn't just have a horse. It was very expensive and hard to maintain a horse. Really going for a lone hiking aesthetic, solo guy going out to the west to find his riches and gold. So that's why I'm not too worried about the horse. It would make the kit look 100% better for sure if I had a horse, but um, easier said than done. Anyway, so this is my bedroll, canvas bedroll. It's made of cotton. It's got a DWR finish on it. I bought it with the finish already there. Just added some stitchings to the foot, added some leather straps to it. Really, really, really simple. The blanket, this is just a wool blanket. I have a couple different ones. This is my olive one. I got another kind of olive colored one that's even thicker than this. I just haven't busted it out yet. I'll probably be busting it out on more trips. These belts, these are how I keep this attached to my back. I will loop one belt around one portion of the sleeping roll, and then I'll loop the other belt around the other portion, and then I'll attach the two belts to each other to make a loop. And then I'll just sling it over my back, or I can carry it like a duffel bag, kind of. One more thing about the bedroll. The way that you use it is like a backpack. You load all of your stuff in it. I would put anything that I want to carry that I don't want attached to myself, like the canteens will be attached to myself so I can get to them quickly. Anything I don't want to carry, like my pots and pans, any extra clothes, any extra food, it would go into the bedroll, and I would just load it all up, and I would wrap it all up. It's a really ugly roll, but it's a demonstration. So now all of my stuff is in here. I got my belts, toss it over my back, and it serves as my sleep system and my backpack. That's how you bedroll camp. So yeah, that's the gist of it. It's pretty simple, to be honest. It's really minimalist hiking and camping. The colder it gets, the more you need. I do use traditional sleeping pads when I'm out there for the most part. I'm hoping as it gets warmer and as I get more experienced at this, I can get away from using traditional sleeping pads and rely just on wool blankets to get the real full aesthetic. But like I said, there's not a lot here because most of it's either in my satchel or on my person. But I've got my water bladder. I've used this on my Skyrim kits as well, but this is still historically accurate to the early 1900s, so I just use it as well. Though I do feel that a cowboy kit isn't completed without a canteen, so I've got this. It is a Boy Scouts of America canteen, so it's kind of not really accurate, but I carry it like this, so it's just this portion of it is, you don't see the actual insignia. I might create a new cover for it out of leather to make it look a little bit different so that it's still a canteen that I can carry, but it's not a Boy Scouts canteen. This is one of my pots. This is more of a demonstration. I don't actually know if this particular pot is historically accurate, but enamel pots are. Enamelware had been invented by then, by the early 1900s. I don't know if they looked like this with the handle. I'm not entirely sure. But I know that they were used for coffee pots a lot. I don't know if they cooked in them as much, but they did make lots and lots and lots and lots of cowboy coffee in them. I think typically if they were cooking, they were probably cooking with cast iron. But as far as I'm concerned, enamelware was invented, so this could exist. It's a little bit of a push, but you will see me with other enamelware coffee pots because I really like the aesthetic and I love having cowboy coffee. You saw my little stainless steel mug. It is stainless steel. Normally they would use a tin mug, but mine's stainless steel. I couldn't really find a tin mug that wasn't 100 years old being sold for $1,000 on eBay. So stainless steel it is. Another versatile thing about the Red Dead kit is the hat. This is a felt hat. Obviously this one is leather. So this one's wool felt. I would say 99% of the time, wool is going to be superior to most fibers, but definitely to leather. Leather just depends on what you're doing it for, but when it comes to a hat, I do think that wool is all around the best. I just like the way the leather hat looks. I thought it'd be fun to make it. and it feels more outlaw-ish, which is kind of more the Red Dead style. I'm probably reading into it a little bit too much, but that was my choice to go more the outlaw. Ah, my bag. It's kind of a simple setup. It's pretty minimalist if you want it to be. You could make it as much as a covered wagon and horses and canvas tents and all that if you really wanted to, or you can do a bedroll and a haversack. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you really enjoyed this content, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. I got more stuff coming out. I'd like to be going on a trip in the next couple days, hopefully. I'd like to go in the snow during these conditions. It's pretty cold. It might not happen. I might just get a hiking video out, but I'm definitely got more trips coming up. And if you stay tuned, I'll do this exact same video again with my Last of Us kit. And if you haven't seen it, I've got another video just like this with my Skyrim kit. Feel free to go check that out and check out all my hiking and camping videos with all my LARPing and themed in Skyrim, Red Dead, and Last of Us. Thanks, guys.